Yeehaw. There's lots of things to do now that I'm here, but priority number one right now actually is to take some layers off because I'm sweating, and I don't want that to continue. Temperature drops and it freezes. Yeah, it's bad news. So I unpacked a little sled here. A two-piece shovel. Extra change of clothes in a dry sack. This is a hammock and shelter using tarps. And my backpack. Somebody asked me how much my pack weighs. The way it's packed today and carrying full containers of water, food and such, I've got about 20, maybe 22 pounds in here. That includes the weight of the pack itself, which is probably about 3 pounds or thereabouts. Okay. What else we got here? This is one of the other reasons why I brought the sled today. This is all firewood. An axe. My rubber yoga mat. Keep my butt a little bit warmer today when I'm sitting around. And it's about a $15 sled or so from one of your box stores. Set that right there. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna refine my space here and get a fire happening. And today, that's what my primary goal is to take out my fire kit, and it's one thing to show it to you, but it's another thing, I think, that in conditions like this you should be shown that it works. So essentially I'm just gonna have a day out and play with a little fire here, work on some skills, and just relax and enjoy the surroundings. It's just, the snow is just coming down. It was quite a slog in here, so I got my layers down a little bit and evaporate some of this sweat, and I guess we'll get to it. Okay, let's see if we can get a fire for you here. I just had a bunch of snow. Had a bunch of snow fall on my fire set, so I'll just take a minute here and kind of reorganize. There's snow on all of this now. Anyways, so out of my fire kit here, I've pulled various tinders and think what I'm going to go with is a bit of char cloth here. Geez, I don't know. It's got some damp on it as well. It's heavy cotton cloth instead of light like a t-shirt. This is more like I don't know, a dish towel or something a little bit heavier, but 100% cotton. And this is poplar bark that's been roughed up. So I'm just going to set a bit of that down here. And this is cattail fluff. It burns furiously but briefly when it's unprocessed like this. Maybe a little bit later I'll show you just with a fire steel and no fire how you can process it down so that it actually catches a spark from a fire steel or a flint. But for today I'm just going to create an ember and then place my ember in here and blow it, and as soon as it comes to flame I'm going to have to get it down here with the other combustibles. So I have an old file and just a flake of flint. It's all I have, and if anybody wants to send me a little bit of flint, man, I sure would appreciate it. Okay, so here's my flint. It's just about an inch by an inch and a half, and a piece of broken file that I've cleaned this edge here up on so that I can get a spark. Should work like this. Alright, so here's our char cloth. Try and find a charred edge. Alright, let's see if we can get this to go. One strike, that's amazing. Alright, let's put that in with our cattail fluff. birch bark's taking off now.
The tree I'm under is about 100 feet tall. Snug as a bug. Yeah, and that's going on all around. Here comes the wind from it. Very cool. So I got a cup of tea coming on. Oh, even under the tree I'm in. All around there's heavy snow load coming down, so person's got to choose their spot wisely so you don't get whacked. There were branches that were snapping over here on some of the birch trees over this way. So yeah, when you're out in the woods, look up and take note of what might be there to meet you.
Yeah, it was a bit of a slog in here, but going out I anticipate will be a lot easier because the sled will be lighter, and I've already broke trail, so won't be bad. Probably take me half the time it took me to come in. So yeah. That sure feels good today. My clothing's kind of wicked and evaporated, which is what I was waiting for. When I'm happy with that, then I can put my shell back on. What are we drinking today? Earl Grey, I guess it is. Give it just another minute or so. Yeah. Dig out some sugar. So, somebody asked if they could see my sewing kit that was in the bamboo tube. So, yeah, it was just again, kind of an evening project. I just looked around for stuff that I had, and saw a couple of videos, people using bamboo, and I thought, you know, wow, it's just a great material. So here it is. There's a cork and a lanyard. When you pull it out, things are wrapped up, and they're wrapped up in a leather patch. Now in that leather patch I have a chicken bone needle, a bamboo needle, there's some branches breaking over here, metal large-eyed needles that you could use for sinew or various types of threads. And so I just have some artificial sinew, which is this. It's waxed, and some synthetic threads. This is actually the inner wrap of paracord, and it all wraps up in the leather to make a tube, and that tube goes inside the bamboo tube. Push it down in, push a cork in. There it is. So that's that. And along that line, only for fire, I used another bamboo tube. A little bit of difference is that I've got some duct tape on there, which is flammable, of course. So when you open up the tube, what I have in there, whoops, okay, didn't do that very well, but here it is. This is char cloth, and this is some amadou, one cotton ball, some jute fiber, and actually a little fire steel and striker. This is a Boy Scout project that somebody gave me, and it's just a piece of hacksaw blade and some wood, just some scrap wood that glued into it is some fire steel material. So here, let's just do this. Don't know if you can see that or not. Alright, here, let's do this. Set it on a piece of wood. You should be able to see that. And that all came out of that bamboo tube. So, again, that was just kind of an evening project. And I think something else that I was planning on maybe talking about a bit today was how to process cattail fluff down so that it's more effective. I'll do that over here too. So for cattail fluff, you can see I've got some in a bag here. It will take a cold spark. By cold spark I mean from a flint or flint and steel file, quartz and file, or quartz and steel. But to make it work better, and if you don't have benefit of a fire that you can actually char it and process it down, you can do essentially the same thing with your fire steel. Okay, got one of them here in the pocket, I think. Yeah. So what you're going to do is you're going to burn it. You're going to get it to burn some and just let that go. Let it happen. You can blow on it, reduce it down, you know, you can get the sparks to spread through it and then tamp it out. Do it again. So the idea is just to char it down, compress it when it's charred, and it'll kind of form a mat that when you take a flint and steel to it, it will catch. But in this state here, flint and steel isn't really going to do much with that. A fire steel, yeah, you can light this stuff directly into flame with, but as you saw earlier, it can be a little bit tricky in this state to work with. So anyways, there it is, cattail fluff. Scrunch it up, put it away for next time. Okay, here's some cattail fluff that I've just been collecting in a can, and it's charred down, and I'm holding it on my little flint flake here, and I'm going to hit it and see if I can't get a spark to catch in it like it's supposed to. There we go, there's the fluff. Just very, very nearly had it there. There we go. You got to get the oxygen to it. All right, I think I'll drink the rest of my tea.
just missed me. The snowfall has stopped. The falling snow has not.
Without looking at my watch, I know it's getting on into the later afternoon because I can hear the choppers coming back with heli skiers. So I'm just lashing down my load here. I'm trying to pack it so that my center of gravity is as low as I can get it with what I'm carrying here. Okay, that's better. Not bad. About 40 pounds, 35, 40 pounds. Very simple rig to pull it with, just a sling across my one shoulder and away I go. Got my walking stick. This is a little bit of birch sapling, and it's really springy, almost like mountain ash. I've got it wrapped here with grip tape. That's that horse bandage, flammable stuff. Help me make a fire. Got some paracord here, about 25 feet. A couple of ranger bands, a wrist thong. This end is tipped with a copper cap, and this end has a 35 millimeter film case, and in the top half here is a survival fishing kit. Some lines, some hooks, some sinkers, a couple of flies, and some line. And I also have a button compass in here, and it just pulls off like so, and everything's contained in there. Push this back on, and this lump here is some of that horse bandage, but underneath it I have a bag with some cotton balls in it, some tinder, and on the other side I have a magnesium brick with a fire steel in it. All in all, it might weigh maybe a pound, maybe a pound and a quarter. It's not bad at all, and it's a good little assist when I'm pulling my sled, and when you're walking across questionable ice or surfaces that you think you might go through, give you a little bit of protection that way. So it's just a stick, right? But yet another winter evening sort of a project. Some nights I just sit and think about things I could do. Can't be bored. As long as you can think, you can't be bored, really. I think it's just about time to clean up the fire and then get out of here.
There it is. It was nice on the way out because I didn't have to break trail. My sled stayed upright.